Well, gentlemen, I don't know. I think you said it all.
Yeah. Spot on.
Absolutely.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. The huge responsibility for CAF developing the African leagues.
Absolutely.
I mean, in a way, Governor Fashola is talking about club licensing, which is
burning like a
burning like a Matan fire in Nigeria. Club licensing on your pitch.
In 1998, the CAF Champions League, they started the innovation of group stages, playing money spinning. But up till now,
the prize money has remained the same.
Nothing has changed. I mean, if you have played for almost 16 years,
I understand your point, but then we have to also understand the peculiarity of our environment. Traveling across the African continent is still a major challenge. In Europe, you could move from one end of Europe to the other seamlessly. If you want to travel from here, to Tunisia, for example, you travel out of Africa, go into Asia, maybe Europe, before you come back into Africa. So traveling around Africa is another issue that CAF also have to grapple with in some of these things that they are putting together. But it takes nothing away from quick thinking, innovative thinking in order to improve our leagues, like Governor Fashola has challenged Issa Hayatou. And that takes us to the next one. Our teams on the continent, 4 of them, there's a program put together by the LMC. They've announced that there will be a pre-season in Abuja. What's the story?
Well, the pre-season will involve teams representing Nigeria on the continent. I mean, Kano Pillars, Enyimba
in the CAF
Champions League, Bayelsa United, and Warri Wolves in the CAF Confederation Cup. But, so in my opinion,
and they'll be playing in Abuja between January 21 to 24, I think.
24, yeah, 21 to 24. But in my opinion, when the
January 24 to 28, January 24 to 28 in Abuja.
When the desirable is not available, the available becomes desirable. In the absence of the league, this could also help
prepare them for their continental engagements in February.
Enyimba will play against a Togolese team, and they are already in Ota. I think playing against top teams in the Premier League will help them. They are not now playing. I think they will play Prime FC, they will play MFM. Those
keeping themselves in shape. And some of their players as well, those who will be in the Chan team, will also be playing.
By the time they come back,
they are ready.
Experience will also help them.
Warri Wolves as well, Bayelsa United as well, and Kano Pillars as well. Have a number of players in the national team who should be ready for the Chan. For continental football. And Tunde, is that enough test? Is that enough preparation for these teams?
Well, I'm just thinking if it's just
Warri Wolves, all of them have changed their coaches, by the way.
Yeah,
all of them apart from Bayelsa United.
I just have a problem with having it is the NMC that is bringing them together. This should have been done by the clubs themselves.
No, but they've been playing. Some of them have been playing their own pre-season friendlies and preparing themselves in their own different ways.
I agree. So they should leave it at that. Let the clubs prepare themselves. Because if it is because it is a tournament that the NMC just dream of, just to have something like a pre-season, I think it's.
No, but the pre-season has always been there.
No, wait. Clubs are the ones who are supposed to determine their pre-seasons. Coaches look at their programs and look at this is the state of fitness of my players. These are the kind of opponents that I want to play with. You don't see Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City playing pre-season tournament. If they do it, is with select teams from different locales who can give them the kind of test that they desire. It is not left for the British FA. Neither should it be left for the LMC to determine this kind of pre-season. In our opinion, I think it is. I think it's an exercise that wasn't well thought out. Maybe they should have thought about it better, left it to the clubs. Look, you are professional clubs. Run yourself professionally. Determine how you want to determine.
What do you think? I think that this has been on for a long time. And maybe the LMC is just looking at an avenue for these clubs to really test how ready they are before they go into the weekend of big games on the continent.
But it has always been on. But in the 90s, up until 2001 or 2002,
when we started this arrangement,
there was something at stake. You play the regular season, then the top 4 will play. Anybody who wins, anything that wins will now emerge the league champions. Of the year. The runners up will play, pick the other ticket, the continental.
That was why there was a Super 4. That's why this one is not a Super 4. Because if it was a Super 4, Ekaneme will be there. This is just for teams that will play on the continent.
No, I think I want to agree with what Tunde said.
Okay.
The club should be alive to their responsibilities. The coaches, they have their programs. Some of these clubs just resumed campaign, some sign new players. They should be able to come together, arrange their own preseason. So can even go outside the country, get some clubs together and play. After this now, what happens? After this match that will be played, what happens?
After the tournament on the 8th of January,
what happens?
The next weekend, some of the teams will be traveling out for their games.
Exactly.
Some will be playing at home for their
this kind of
on the continent.
Are not they're not new, but in other climes they are lucrative tournaments. In South Africa, they have the MTN Top 8. They have other preseason tournaments.
Those ones are not really preseason tournaments because they always come when the season is on.
Exactly, but if
this is just to prepare the team for the season.
There are some that are preseason, and those ones are exceedingly lucrative. So, but what benefit is it to these teams?
Are you looking at the area of how lucrative the amount of money that they will make from it, the loan or the timing?
Because I'm thinking, if you're some of the best football clubs in Nigeria to come and play at the Legacy pitch, what
Abuja National Stadium, or Abuja National Stadium,
in the cavernous Abuja National Stadium, in front of who?
Whose expense?
In front of who?
At whose expense?
Maybe the LMC will bank.
The Super Eagles played there recently against Ethiopia. I doubt if we had up to 1,000 people there.
Okay, let's move on, and let me just read a few comments on Twitter, because a lot of you have been responding. You can also talk to us about that pre-season tournament. Do you agree with what Tunde says, that it's not really important, or do you think that he says it's a waste of time? Do you think otherwise? Tell me what you think about that pre-season tourney that will be taking place in Abuja between the 24th and the 28th of January. Let me read a few of your comments very quickly. Bob at Bobby Bright, he says, when are all the leagues starting? I'm not too sure about the amateur, but I know that the National League is starting on the 25th of January, and that's just a couple of weeks away. So National League is starting on the 25th.
The fixtures are even out.
The fixtures are out, everything is out. 25th of January, National League will start. The Globe Premier League.
After CHAN.
After CHAN.
After CHAN.
And after licensing.
After CHAN.
After CHAN and after licensing. Because there's a licensing condition that they have to meet up with before they can play the league.
And but the 24 commandments.
24 commandments. 24 commandments. All right, let me read a few more. Michael Taiwo says, please tell CAF that the only player who can win the African Footballer of the Year after Mikel is Mikel. He says it's Mikel. How about the other nominees? There's Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure is on this side. And there's Didier Drogba. All right. But something tells me Keshi will do a double in SA. We are winning. Mark my words. That's coming from Bada Babatokpe. It says Keshi will win again in South Africa. That would be good. Chuks Sokari says Samuel Eto'o won the CAF Awards in 2003 ahead of Okocha because of venue. Yeah, we hosted that tournament in Cameroon, but I don't think that had anything to say about who eventually won it. We hosted in Ghana, and Guyana didn't win, SCN didn't win. So that conspiracy around venue doesn't really count for much.
Eto'o was
we've hosted in Nigeria, and no Nigerian even got it.
When Eto'o won,
it was the best.
He was the best footballer in Africa.
I mean, from Africa.
You cannot doubt his qualities.
So he is saying that Toure deserves to win. That's Chuk Sokari. Toure deserves to win, but Mikel is host. I don't understand what he's saying.
He's sitting on the fence.
All right, let's wait to see. By this time tomorrow, we should know who will be getting it.